Hey, rock stars. It's Tracy Granata here, and I am here to talk to you today about Shakeology. And this is our Love Shakeology training. And we are going to cover everything Shakeology today. We are going to talk about, how and why it works, how to share your own experiences with it, and certainly how to handle some of the objections that, we oftentimes hear. So on this note, first of all, just want to, cover with you today that just remember that poor nutrition is far more common amongst people, regardless of their fitness or lack thereof of fitness. All right. People need help with nutrition. People just need good quality nutrition. And Shakeology is that product. And at the end of this video, if you can believe that, and you have conviction in this, then it's going to make it so much easier for you just to share and talk about it at the end. So it's certainly worth our time to spend time in training and learning about this today. And at the end of this video, I just hope that you have a boost in confidence and understanding why Shakeology is important and feel more confident in sharing about it. All right, so 3 things that we're going to cover today. Number 1, we're going to create value with Shakeology. We're going to understand why and how Shakeology works in our bodies and why it's important for us to have. All right, number 2, we're going to learn to share our own experiences with Shakeology and crafting our own story. So I'm going to give you some methods just to help you craft your own story. Number 3, we are going to cover objections. We're going to learn how to handle objections and handle comparisons of Shakeology. And, you're going to feel more confident in that. I'm going to give you some simple formulas to handle these objections. We're going to talk a little bit about comparisons. So when people ask you how to compare it to something else, you will feel more confident. And when you feel more confident, you can handle anything that comes in your way. All right. So number 1, let's get started. We are going to create value. So how and why Shakeology works. Okay. First of all, you've got to get over the fact that Shakeology is a protein drink or Shakeology is a weight loss shake. You probably hear that from people, and I know it might be a common objection, but this is going to be kind of in the why and how here. But it's much more than that. It's much more than a protein shake. It's much more than a weight loss shake. And here's why. So of course, Shakeology has protein in it, right? In fact, it has, almost a similar content of protein as protein drinks. But most people are not protein deficient. All right. We're nutrient deficient in our bodies, not protein deficient. We can get protein through, our leafy green vegetables. We get protein through our lean meats. All right. So we're not protein deficient, but we're nutrient deficient. And this shake helps fill in the gaps of the areas of nutrition that we need it the most. All right. So it's not a protein drink. Number 2 here is it's not, a shake just for weight loss. And I hope that you strongly agree with this, that you don't see it advertised as a weight loss shake. You come across things in your newsfeed on Facebook or commercials on TV of things claiming to be a weight loss shake. That's not Shakeology. Weight loss might be a byproduct of Shakeology, and here's why. Because when your body has good nutrition, your organs can function properly. Your body can function properly. And when your body can function properly, your metabolism boosts. All right. Your body works at a maximum effort and it does all the things that it's supposed to do. And it helps bring your body back to where it's supposed to be. Right? It's not thriving in any one area or creating any one thing that's not supposed to be there because it's lacking something or it's deficient in something. So weight loss might be a byproduct, but it's not promoted as a weight loss shake. And when you actually promote it as a weight loss shake, you're limiting the market of who you can talk to, because there are people out there who don't need to lose weight. All right. There's people who are out there at their ideal weight right now. And there's athletes out there who maybe don't need to lose weight either, who are training for competition. But guess what? Amongst all of us, I bet we're nutrient deficient somewhere. And Shakeology is that nutrient dense shake that can help fill in those gaps for people. So when you talk about it as a weight loss shake or a protein shake, you're limiting who we can talk about it to. And when you talk about it just as a nutrient dense superfood shake, you can certainly, maximize your market. It's out there for everybody. Everybody needs good nutrition. And let me just back it up here too, that when you're talking about like nutrient dense and just feeling good and feeling at your prime, think about, a bat or a car getting bad gasoline. All right. When you put bad gasoline into a car, into a vehicle, the vehicle is going to peter out. it's going to go put, 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 and it's going to stall out. So same things with your body, that when you're talking to people who are feeling tired in the middle of the day, who have, brain fog, who are just sleepy, they're fatigued, they're constipated, they've, whatever, that's usually a byproduct of bad nutrition. All right. And when you have good nutrition and you're fueling your body with good gasoline, your energy levels are going to skyrocket. Just like a car, you're going to be able to go. It's going to function in the way that it's supposed to. And your body is the same exact way. It's good fuel for your body that just helps your body function in the way that it's supposed to. So if you talk about it as protein shakes and we talk about it as a weight loss shake, I hope you feel like it's way more than that after hearing just that little bit. And that itself is creating a lot of value, that it's a nutrient dense superfood shake. It's a multivitamin for your body. It's filling in the gaps of nutrition in the areas that we need it the most. So I want to talk to you a little bit about that right now. I want to show you a graphic, and this graphic is from Shay Stanford, and it's called the diet cycle graphic. So I'm going to share my screen here, and I want you to take a look at this. Okay, the diet cycle, it's right here. So how many people do we know, and this is all getting back to, nutrient deficiency and how Shakeology fills in these gaps, all right? So how many people do we know that have started a diet? Or maybe you've been on a diet before yourself, all right? It's the new year, people are always gung-ho, I'm gonna go on a diet, or I need to lose 10 pounds in 10 days, I'm gonna crash diet, I'm gonna go on a cabbage soup diet, all right? No, right? So we start a diet, and yeah, the first couple of days, we probably feel really good, right? You're like, yes, I can do this, I can restrict my calories. I can eat, under 1,000 calories a day. I'm feeling okay day 1, day 2, a few days in. All right. You're reducing your calories. You're probably exercising a lot more. Your energy's up. You're just like, I can do this. Well, now several days in fact, probably 10 days in, maybe even 14 days in, you are starting to feel fatigue, weakness, constipation, unusual food cravings. All right. You see those cookies on the cookie tray at work and you're like, I could just eat all those cookies. Or you're at a barbecue and you're like, I just want to eat all those salads, that pasta, that chips and dip, the bratwurst, everything. You just want to eat it all because it all sounds good. That's nutrient deficiency. All right. Maybe you have poor concentration, maybe brain fogginess, sleepiness, lightheadedness, any of that. Those are all signs of nutrient deficiency. And that's what happens, several days after starting your diet cycle and peaks around 10 to 14 days. So now guess what? I've caved. I've caved into all that. I've given into my food cravings. I've given into that feeling of being hungry. And yeah, guess what? I was tempted and now I'm just frustrated with myself. I'm kicking myself in the behind because I just gave in to everything. And I'm just like, now I need to start back over. All right. So I'm tempted. I'm frustrated. I give in. Well, now I'm feeling guilty because I gave in. I feel like I failed my diet. I feel hopeless that nothing's ever going to work for me. And boom, you're back to that starting point. All right. So that whole diet cycle, it's a vicious cycle that goes around and around and around, right? None of us want to be there. If we have been there, it doesn't feel good. Customers that we talk to or potential people that we're talking to, when you hear somebody say, oh, I'm just going to go on a diet, talk to them in 14 days. All right. Talk to them in 21 days. All right. So it's that vicious diet cycle because we're nutrient deficient. That's what causes us to go around and around and around in that diet cycle. And Shakeology, when it fills in the gaps to those deficiencies, you no longer have those cravings. You're no longer going to feel tempted. You're no longer going to feel frustrated, and you're no longer going to feel guilty. And I honestly think that's a pretty good feeling, that when you can get people to break out of that diet cycle and get rid of those feelings because they're no longer nutrient deficient, you have a product that can help fill in those gaps for them. That's pretty cool. All right. And that itself creates a ton of value in this product. And I hope it helps you better understand why and how all of this works. All right. So that's pretty cool. Let's move on. Number 2, All right, learning to share our own experience with Shakeology. Learning to share our own experience. So I love this one because we all have a Shakeology story. Whether you've been drinking Shakeology for 5 days, 2 weeks, a month, whatever it is, we all have a Shakeology story. And let's learn to talk about that. So let's look at, how did you feel with poor nutrition? Let me ask you a few questions. How did you feel with poor nutrition? All right, could you ask a customer that? How did you feel? Or how do you currently feel with the way that you're eating? So how did you feel with poor nutrition? What was life like before Shakeology entered your life? Think about that. What was life like before you had good nutrition? For me personally, I was low on energy. I was tired. I was irregular and constantly feeling bloated. About 17 years ago, I had a low back injury that knocked me off my feet for a while. And up until I started Shakeology, I would always have nagging low back pain. So I would say that before good nutrition, I would always have achy joints and an achy low back. And my skin is 20 times better than what it used to ever be. All right. I used to have really bad skin acne on my face and on my back, and pimples just popping up everywhere. And once I started fueling my body with good, solid, dense nutrition, it was like, poof, it went away. All right. So think about what your life was like before you had good nutrition. How did you feel when you had poor nutrition? Those are two questions that you can ask yourself. Those are two questions that you can certainly ask potential customers. Or when you hear people say any of those things that you have felt before or that I have felt, all right, it just brings it back to reality. All right. So describe how you felt before Shakeology now. How did you feel before Shakeology? And now think about how you have felt since you started using it. How is life a little bit different since you started using it? Like I said, whether it's been 5 days, 2 weeks, a month, a year, whatever it is, how is life different because of it? How is your body different? How do you feel because of it? So how is life different? How is your body feeling? What is it doing for you? These are all part of your story. Now, whether it's in this video right now or it's after you watch this video, I want you to jot down 3 to 5 things about why you love Shakeology. All right, so we've looked at our life, looked at how is life different, how's your body feeling, what's it doing for you, but now think about like 3 to 5 reasons of why you just love Shakeology. And I like to call this the power of 3 activity. All right, so why do you love it? What has it helped? How is it making you feel? It's also, I like to say, it's a fast, easy, convenient meal, right? That's a huge benefit of it. It's a number one reason too why I just love it, especially as a mom with 2 young kids. It's just fast, easy, convenient. It takes away the guesswork of having to plan anything. All right. So these questions are helping you craft your own story and share your own experience with it. And the best way for you to ever sell anything without really selling it is sharing your experience. It's through your own testimonial. All right. Looking at your Shakeology experience helps sell it. Facts are just telling. If you go on and you start to rattle off all the ingredients in Shakeology, which I couldn't even name all 70 if you asked me, I don't even care what all 70 are, but I do care that it does have 70 ingredients and that it's all natural and it's healthy. All right. But if you just start to share your own story and you start to share your own testimonial and you get rid of all the facts that just tell, your story is going to sell itself. When you start to share what it's done for you on your social media site, that's where people's eyes are going to go. When you share before and after pictures because of Shakeology, or you share, like I said, just what it's done for you, that's where my eyes are going to gravitate. That's where I'm going to gravitate. And I'm going to want to ask you questions about this because it's making me more relatable to you. It's making you relatable to others. And they're just like, oh my gosh, I've experienced all those things before, or I currently feel all of those feelings. And look at, she's doing something or he's doing something and it's helping with that. What is this really cool product that you're using? All right. So what has Shakeology done for you? You got to ask yourself those questions. You got to know those things to be able to share your own story and give your own testimonial. So how has it helped you? What has it done for you? Things just to look at. Has it helped you reduce food cravings? Has it supported blood sugar levels for you? Has it helped you get off blood pressure and cholesterol medicines? Has it helped you break through a plateau? Looking at the benefits of it, obviously I said it's a fast, easy, convenient meal. It takes less than 2 minutes to blend everything together. Who doesn't want that? It takes longer than 2 minutes to drive through a drive-through. I can just whip this up at work in my office. I can whip it up at home. I can whip it up in a hotel room. Boom. It's easy to travel with. All right. These are benefits. You can make it right from the comfort of a hotel room. You can shake it up in a shaker cup in the car on the road. All right. Another benefit, things of, why you love it. It's a perfect portion. It's a perfect meal. It tastes delicious when you find a great recipe to share. Right? It's an easy source of dense nutrition. All right. And for me, I'm a mom of 2 young kids. And for me, I used it while I was pregnant and I was nursing. All right. I consulted with my doctor on it, but it was better than any, he thought that it was better than any prenatal vitamin that I could have because of its solid nutrition. So I used it while pregnant and while nursing. It was my prenatal vitamin. And that's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool story to be able to share with people. All right. When you have that sort of testimonial that the power of this shake and the power of its nutrition can grow a human. That's so cool. All right. Of course, consult your physician before you do something like that. But, for me, it worked. And I have 2 amazing, healthy, happy children. All right. And another cool benefit is that it doesn't have any artificial flavors or sweeteners in it. It's no soy. It helps you avoid that yo-yo dieting. It's simple. It takes the guesswork out of planning any meal that you have out there. All right. So all of these things, all of these benefits, all of these things that it's done for you, it's making you relatable. All right. And these are all, things that help you share your own personal experience. All right. So I hope that these tips, some of those questions, hopefully those 3 to 5 things that you're going to jot down, all help you think about how you can share it and just be you. All right. It's pretty cool to put up a picture of you and your kids and you holding your shake or you doing something fun when you're traveling and saying like, hey, I've got this amazing product that's helping me on this journey of living a healthier lifestyle. All right. Remember that sharing your story helps inspire others. Sharing your story is what's going to sell. Sharing your story is what's making you relatable. All right. We don't have to be a nutrition expert to share about Shakeology. All right. All we need to do is just share and tell what's working for us. All right. There's scientists and a research and development team out there that Beachbody has hired to come up with this amazing formula in this product. That doesn't have to be you. You just have to share what they've already created for us. And that's pretty cool. Beachbody has poured thousands of dollars into the research of this product. Darren O'Lean is the ingredient hunter. He's hunted the world for all these special ingredients that are in this. And now we just get to share it. And I think that's a pretty cool thing. So the more you can share it, the more you are just going to be relatable to others and you're just going to be able to sell what's working for you. All right. That was number 2. Number 3, let's get into handling objections of Shakeology, handling objections, and obviously looking at some of the comparisons as well. So handling objections, I think for a lot of us as coaches, especially new coaches, it can kind of be the scariest part. And I'll just be honest, it can be scary. Somebody gives you an objection and you're just like, I don't know what to say to that. Somebody gives you, an objection of, I just like to drink my meals, or Shakeology is too expensive, or, I have found, just another shake out there that works for me. All right. It can be scary learning how to handle it, learning how to talk about it. We just get nervous that we won't say the right thing. So I'm going to give you 2 simple formulas here that can hopefully help you learn to handle these objections a little bit better. All right. But the bottom line is if you're just honest and you just share what it's done for you and how you made the decision to try it, and here's what it's done for me, it really makes it easy. All right. So number 1 is the I don't know ... but all I know is formula. So it's the I don't know ... but all I know is formula. All right. That's the first formula that I want you to know. And you can use this formula to just handle just about any objection or any comment in regards to Shakeology or anything even regarding this business. All right. So when you're given the objection of how does this shake compare to, and I'm just going to use isogenics for an example. How does this shake compare to the isogenic shake? Well, you know what? Me personally, I haven't done a lot of research on it, so I would handle it like this. You know what? I don't know about that, but what I do know is that this nutrient-dense shake has done this for me. All right. And then you can, follow up with other questions once you tell them what it's done for you, saying, I don't know about that shake, but what I do know is that this nutrient-dense shake has done this for me. And then you tell people what it's done for you. And you say, how does that sound? Has the shake that you've tried before done this for you? Or what are you feeling stuck at with the shake that you're using right now? All right. Or when people say, they're talking about, just fitting this into their budget or not being sure they can afford it, just saying, I wouldn't let money stop you, that I would be putting this, I would put this into my grocery budget no matter what. All right. But all I do know is that I wouldn't let money stop me. All right. I'd be putting this into my grocery budget no matter what, because I see the value of the nutrients that are in it. All right. So it's the I don't know, but all I know is formula. All right. That's number one on the formula on how to handle objections. Number two is the feel, felt, found method. The feel, felt, found method. So a customer or a prospect says to you, I really loved the sample pack of Shakeology, but unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be ordering anything soon because $130 for a bag just seems way too steep for me right now. It's not in my budget. All right. So the feel, felt, found method, because we've all heard that objection before, that price objection, feel, felt, found. Here we go. I know exactly how you feel. Investing in something like this can be a huge decision. But when I started considering Shakeology, I felt the exact same way. All right. I felt the exact same way. It's the I felt. I couldn't imagine paying $130 for a whole bag each month. But then I started doing some research. I found out that Shakeology has more nutrition than any other shake out there on the market, and it has so many healthy benefits to it. With a little more research, I also found out that the price breakdown is only about $4 a serving. For me, I was spending $4 on my vanilla latte from Starbucks every day. So guess what? All I had to do was cut out that vanilla latte every day, which I needed to do anyways. All right. And that made up the cost. And I feel like $130 just sounds expensive because it's one lump sum paid for upfront. But when I broke it down to $4 a day, it made it much more, or it made it easier for me to understand the value of it and understand the cost of it. All right. So it's the feel, felt, found method. I know exactly how you feel. I felt the exact same way, but I found ... All right. So using that, that's just a good way to, handle that objection. I know exactly how you feel. Investing in something like this can be a big decision. When I started considering it, drinking Shakeology, I felt the same way, but I found that I did some research and the price breakdown was just $4 a day. If I could cut out $4 in my day someplace else, boom, the cost made up for it. And $130 didn't seem so bad. All right. That's pretty cool. 2 simple formulas to help you handle any of those objections. Okay. So comparisons. So objections and comparisons. People are going to come at you and they're going to say, how does this compare to this? Just a few things that for you to know that Shakeology has in it. All right. Comparisons. Number 1, there's no soy in Shakeology. It's pretty cool that there's no soy. Soy can be damaging in a lot of ways when we have an overload of it in our bodies. And there's some products out there that do have a lot of soy in them. So Shakeology does not have soy. All right. There's no artificial flavors or sweeteners in it. It's pretty cool. All right. Nothing artificial added to it. All right. It's got 70 vitamins, minerals, and nutrients in it. If you wanted to look up what all those ingredients are, you can certainly do that on the Shakeology website. You can find those. You can spotlight certain ingredients. And it's pretty cool to be able to look those up and see what those ingredients do for our bodies. All right. The sweetener that's in Shakeology is an all-natural sweetener. All right. So like I said, there's nothing artificial in it at all, but the sweetener is actually from organic cane sugar. All right. It's made from freshly harvested sugar cane out there in the fields, and it's minimally processed. All right, so it's organic cane sugar. It's organic. The sugar in it is organic. It's naturally producing from the sugar cane that's out there. All right, and so that's the sweetener that's used in it. And yeah, it's an organic cane sugar. Pretty cool on that. So when people come at you with the comparisons, you know, there's no soy, there's nothing artificial in it, no artificial flavors and sweeteners, and the sweetener that's in it is actually organic cane sugar. Pretty cool on that. You can compare it with the superfoods. All right, so what do superfoods do for us? Superfoods strengthen our immune system. You're not going to get sick as much, and if you do get sick, it's not going to last as long because you're fueling your body with the nutrition that it needs to help your body heal. I can't say that enough. It's pretty cool that it does that. Superfoods also help repair the GI system. You'll become more regular because you're repairing the damage from the lack of nutrition in your body, the lack of, overload of processed foods that maybe you've had at some point or another. You're repairing your GI system. You're going to become more regular because of that. All right. Superfoods also help reduce chronic inflammation. And I can be, the biggest advocate for this with my low back pain. Reducing chronic inflammation. Superfoods help reduce it, and every chronic disease starts with inflammation. Inflammation destroys our cells and it weakens our immune system. So when your body has these superfoods, it can help repair that. Superfoods help repair that. When you put good nutrition into your body is going to repair itself. It's really cool when you think about that. It's really cool. Okay, so we've created value. We understand why and how Shakeology works. We have talked about learning and sharing our own experiences, how to do that, how to craft our own story, what questions to ask ourselves to help put a story out there. We've learned how to handle some objections with 2 simple formulas. We've looked at a few comparisons and what the superfoods do for us. So I hope after hearing all of those 3 categories today that you feel confident in Shakeology. You feel confident in this product. You feel confident that everybody out there needs this somehow in their life for some reason, and that you just feel, like I said, confident to talk about it. Confidence is key. And I really hope that after this video today, you are feeling that. All right, I'm going to drop some resources here into the files tab of this group. If you Google Shay Stanford, you're going to see a lot of resources from Shay out there. Shakeology has a podcast out there. So if you find the Shakeology podcast, I'll also include that in the message of this video or in the post in our message thread. You'll see the link to that podcast. Tony Horton has good videos in our back office under the video library, and you click on Shakeology in the video library under the products. Tony Horton has an awesome video. Shakeology in the Fields has a good video. Darren Oline has a good podcast. Darren Oline is the co-creator of Shakeology along with Isabella Deichler. So follow him on Facebook, follow his podcast. He's got some amazing knowledge about, just being on the hunt for the best ingredients in the world in this amazing product that we have. So there's a ton of resources out there. I'm going to share some of them in this post that you're watching this video from. There's some in the files tab of this group. And I hope that you feel like you have an elevated knowledge base of Shakeology now. You have elevated confidence. You are just feeling so strongly about it. You are convicted that this is the best product out there, that this is the best product that everybody needs. And now you just need to do your part. Go out there and share the love of Shakeology and feel confident in being a part of this amazing company who has this amazing product that we are partnered with. So feel the love, feel the Shakeology love. Have a great day, and thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.